Hi, come on in. I'm Krittika. Welcome to my home. We are standing in our entryway. I just wanted to take you all through a few things in this space because this space specifically doesn't get too much natural light, so I wanted to spruce it up a bit because otherwise it's pretty dull and drabby. So starting with this wallpaper, which I absolutely adore. This is from the brand The Wall Chronicles, and I loved how they custom made the dandelion wallpaper for me in this grey and white. This is actually an engineered wood cabinet, and it was a dark, very boring brown in color. So this was my first DIY ever. I mean, we bought this just as we got married. So I wanted to change it up a bit. So I painted it this grey green and changed the hardware to these vintage French vibe black knobs. And my husband's cycle hangs up in our entryway. I didn't want it on the floor and he didn't want to leave it in the parking. So we found a middle ground for this. So that's our entryway. These are our three babies, Barfi, Rafa and June. We actually lost Barfi last year, but Rafa and June are still around, happy and healthy. And on the opposite wall, I have this beautiful mirror made of bamboo from Mianzi. I absolutely love this mirror. And pretty large urn from Fab India again. This is terracotta, which has been painted to give this vintage finish on. Moving on to our living area, before we do that, I just wanted to talk about my design style. I believe in a good balance of form and function. So any space that seamlessly marries aesthetics with comfort and utility is my kind of space. So I do love a lot of whites and mixed with wood tones. So you will see a lot of that throughout our home, especially in the living area. Starting with, I'd say, our furniture, the sofa set. Interesting thing about this sofa set is that it's a custom made piece from about, I think, 20 or 25 years ago, and we got it from the tenants who were previously occupying this space. Okay, moving on to the artwork in this space, and I kind of believe that the art on the wall that you put up should mean something to you, should have a story to it, and most of the stuff that you would see up on the wall in our home has a narrative behind it. And this piece, this map of Mount Abu is really important to me because I grew up here. This is where my childhood was spent and my schooling days, so it's a lot of happy memories and it really means a lot to me. These two pieces are by this brand called Make Good, I can't say it, S-H-I-T, Make Good S-H-I-T. Okay, let's talk about this bookshelf because this is again an interesting piece in the house because I have one philosophy, okay, if you can't buy it, DIY it. So me and my dad in tow have DIYed quite a few bits in the house. This is one piece as such. So I'm so organically drawn to whites, but it used to be pretty difficult to find white pieces of furniture in India. Now there's a plethora of choices, but a few years ago it wasn't like that, which is what led me to start, painting my own furniture, DIYing and making things the way I want them to be, and that's what you're going to see in the dining space. So this is my favorite piece of furniture in the home for DIY again, and this one is the second most favorite, although this was done before I got to the dining table, but I always wanted something with a wire rack, like a piece of furniture with a wire rack. Again, there's a story behind this piece. This is solid, heavy wood piece. It's from say the actual mid-century kind of time where this used to be one of those huge showcases people would have in their home with the sliding glass. This is what my parents had. It was really big. This is just one part of the top of that. And when we got married, I didn't have a crockery cabinet. So, and my dad was anyway planning to cut out that showcase and turn it into like a sleeker TV unit. So he gave me this to use, but I didn't like the sliding glass. I don't like it because it collects dust and it's really difficult to then slide the glass properly. So I didn't like that, so I got that bit removed and changed it into these doors with like this chicken wire kind of a look, and the inside like this. So I painted it all white and I got a very pretty wallpaper at the back of it to add some little bit of color and texture to the whole space. And all my favorite crockery and crockery brands are in here. So moving into the bedroom, since this space is not very large, I haven't done much and kept the space bare minimum other than painting this wall to an accent green color, adding a couple of bed lamps, and I do love this mirror above the headboard as just one single centerpiece. And you can see there's barely any room here. It's just a foot long space, but I did want a small side table here, so I got this like wedged on the wall and a little basket under it to just store some extra throws or cushions whenever needed. And this is the only art in this room at the moment, and this is again by Make Good SHIT, and I like the whole theme of this outdoor foresty vibe that's going on here, and it's all black and white, so it goes with the whole minimal vibe of the room. And this is my favorite quilt. I really love the block print on it, and I think you've already seen that my entire home, apart from the white and the wood tones, there's a lot of green accents, and I think that's why I love this quite a lot. A lot of people, I've heard them say that, when I buy my own house, I'm going to do it up like this or I'm going to do it up like that. But I believe that home is wherever you are at whatever time in your life, in whichever space you are, that is your home, and you should give it all your love. So whether it's rented or it's owned, I think you should put in that love and effort to make it your space, make it your home.